Hey everybody, Sam Kouvaris on the Nimnicht Chevrolet Video Sports Update. The Jaguars fall 27-20 to the Bills in a game that everybody seemed to have very different expectations of. The Jaguars went 0-8 at the beginning of the year. It was a let's see if they can improve, who can play, almost like a preseason kind of thing. But since the Jaguars won 4 out of 5, I think the expectations changed, and they were tremendously disappointing on Sunday because they had so many opportunities to take control of the game against the Bills, and they couldn't quite do that. Maybe it's a little bit of human nature to think, okay, now we know what we're doing, but in that league, you have got to make all the little things happen, score the touchdowns, don't throw the ball when you shouldn't, make the right offensive calls when you're the offensive coordinator. I mean, those are the kind of things that have to happen in a game. Now, yes, the Jaguars were depleted without several players, particularly in offense, without Maurice Jones-Drew and Cecil Shorts, but there were too many chances for the Jaguars to win that game that they didn't take advantage of, that they had taken advantage of those kinds of things in the 4 wins. So Gus Bradley, no doubt, will get them back to thinking that way this coming Sunday against Tennessee. It's a 1 o'clock start, and it's the final home game of the year. The Jaguars finish with another division game on the road at Indianapolis, and who knows if Indianapolis will even want to play any of their starters, particularly Andrew Luck, when it comes down to that, because they're pretty much locked in as the number 3 seed when it comes down to the playoffs in the AFC. Meanwhile, Jameis Winston wins the Heisman Trophy, and yes, I did vote for him. He was first on my ballot. A.J. McCarron was second. And for the 115 people who didn't put him on their ballot, there's only 2 reasons you don't put him on your ballot. You think legally he got away with something, so you aren't going to give him the Heisman. Or 2, you're trying to kind of jury rig the voting, so if I don't give him any points, maybe my guy will win. I mean, who are those guys? All voters in Alabama or all voters in Texas? I mean, it's hard to say. I do know that the one year that Sam Bradford won it, there were 8 guys who worked for the Oklahoman that did not put anybody else who had any chance of winning on their ballot anywhere, trying not to give any points to any runners-up that may give them a chance to win it. That is so wrong when it comes to that kind of voting, and those people should have their ballots revoked. Nonetheless, Winston wins it because he was the best player in America. And you're going to tell me he wasn't one of the best 3, even if you don't think he's the best? He wins it. They're playing the national championship on his birthday, by the way, his 20th. Florida State now has the youngest in Jameis Winston and the oldest in Chris Weinke, Heisman Trophy winners in the history of the award. Florida State will be at work, obviously, preparing for an Auburn team that wants to run the football and come at you with a lot of deception and misdirection, and that game is January 6th at the Rose Bowl. I'm Sam Kouvaris, and that's the Nimnicht Chevrolet Video Sports Update.